Well, here we are at the baking hot Spotless Stadium in Sydney, getting ready for what's going to be a spectacular tournament. And for this expert view, we have an absolute treat for you. It would be remiss of us not to look at how successful Fiji have been, losing just one game of the series so far. Check this out. They have 4 of the top 5 offloaders on the series this year, and the shock horror play a game that energises and captivates the world, seeing just how exciting it is when they play their flowing rugby. We've got a few clips and a little bit of theory that's going to fly into how it is that they play and why it is they are so successful at their controlled chaos. Well, we're going back to school again, using the chalkboard to show how Fiji love to attack. That's their breakdown, where the ruck is, and the defence is set against them. Now, what Fiji do almost perfectly is attack back at the ball. They go for the spaces in between the defenders, meaning that when the defenders look at the ball, it takes a split second for that line break to happen, and then ensuing chaos from Fiji. So that's the theory. Let's have a look at how the clips align to that chalkboard. The first one we've got to show you is Jerry Tuwai getting the ball in the backfield. He takes on the defence, and as South Africa clearly employing a swarming tactic, they try to shut down the space. 6 players with just Carl Brown out the shot try to get in the way of the Fijians, but Mbotito hits the gap in between the defenders. That is pivotal. Because the South Africans have condensed around the ball, it leaves a one-on-one, and check out Tuimamba's finish. Of course he's going to revel in the open space that's provided by the tight South African defence. It really is a masterclass how Fiji do attack those lines back at the ball, and it happens every single game. Their support lines are by far the best on the series, and we have another example to show you of just how well it can work. Against Australia, they turn the ball over, get the ball in broken field once more, and straight away the diamond formation, 4 players in and around the ball, meaning these support lines come into their own. A lovely ball off the floor, link play in the middle, leaves Nosoko chance to run not just back at the ball, but changing that line that he does off his right foot means that Ben O'Donnell cannot make that tackle. It's such a subtle difference when he changes the angle to go back at the space, but Nosoko personifies just how well they can run those support lines. So I've got a bit of a theory coming along. When you play Fiji, you have to try and shut down their space. Take the defenders almost like a basketball style defence. However, when you have the ball, why not use their best strength to become their weakness? Try and out Fiji. And here we've got one great example of Australia going pretty close. They were level in the game with just 3 minutes left, ended up losing it, but this is how effective it can be when you change the point of attack. Lewis Honnold is highlighted in the middle of the pitch, and take a look at the number of passes that come up. The ball being moved constantly, the threat always changing, and then Holland finds himself back in the play once more. A little bit of deception, the ball in 2 hands, and that is all he needs to score the try. It really is a bold statement to try and use Fiji's strength against them. But the way that they're going this year, having lost just 1 game all season, something has to change. They're looking white hot. It's wonderful to watch. The teams can try and out Fiji.